We're next going to talk about latching and positioning for babies. I like to teach this through two stories. So I'm going to give you two stories first of how you can remember the easiest way to latch on your baby and get them positioned. Now, babies are just like us when it comes to eating. So the first story that I want you to think about is how you take a drink from an open cup. Now, do we pull it to our shoulder and twist and try to take a drink? Not likely. If we do that, it's closing off our throats and it makes it really hard to swallow. So even if we're holding a cup with a straw, we can get it into our mouths, but we still need to turn centered and lift up our chins to swallow. In the same respect, we don't hold it low on our chest and tuck our chins down to try to take a drink. Even if it has a straw, we can get it into our mouths, but we can't swallow. So we need to tip up, lift up our chins, and swallow comfortably. So when it comes to breastfeeding a baby, that's what positioning is. A baby needs to be in a straight line, just like how we take a drink. Now we bring it up to our lips, and then we tip up our chins so that we can get a good mouthful and swallow comfortably. Now a baby needs that as well. So when they're in a good straight line, positioned with their nose to the nipple level, then they're going to lift up their chins as they open their mouth wide, and then they're able to latch on more easily and comfortably. That means that their nose and cheeks can gently touch the breast, and it creates these air pockets for babies. Babies are built to breastfeed. And so in a way, those are like little air vents so that the nose and cheeks can touch and they can coordinate breathing. This also widens their mouth so they can get a better latch on and opens their throat so that they can swallow comfortably. So that's story number one. Story number two is how we eat a hamburger. Now, I want you to visualize this one. If you have that really tall hamburger, it's going to be so yummy. And when we get ready to take that bite on, we don't just do a straight bite on. Never quite works. So we need to smush it first and then take a big bite. But have you ever noticed a time when you end up with a lot of bun on top and then just a little bit of bun on the bottom? Well, that happens because as we hold it low and bring it up to us, we always land on our bottom teeth first and then roll into our mouths. So we're always taking a bigger bite from the bottom of the hamburger rather than straight on or up above. So what do hamburgers have to do with breastfeeding a baby? Well, that all connects. If you think about a breast being like the tall hamburger, first you need to compress it, kind of like that sandwich, and then tip it up so that you're offering the space below your nipple on the areola to your baby. So then the baby's mouth is aimed not straight at the nipple, because if they do, that ends up really shallow and that's going to hurt the nipple, which means the mom is in pain and then baby's not getting enough milk out. If the nipple is tipped up, just resting on the baby's upper lip, and then baby opens really wide, the baby is then scooped in so they land gum first low on the breast, and then just roll the nipple into the top of their mouth. Then the baby's gums land behind the nipple and press on the areola, because it is called breastfeeding, not nipple feeding. So in this way, the nipples are more comfortable and the baby's able to get a better feeding. So now let's see what that's going to look like. So here the baby is in position, aimed so that the nipple is just resting on the baby's upper lip. Compress it like a hamburger. You're tipping up. You wait for the baby to open their mouth super duper wide, and then you pull them in like a big hug. The chin lands first, the nipple rolls into the mouth, so it's then pointing to the roof of the baby's mouth where there's a lot of space. And then here, the baby's nose can touch gently. When that latch is deep enough center, the baby can breathe, create a deeper latch, and then the chin is lifted so the throat is open and the baby can swallow comfortably. Now to put that together with what that looks like for latching, my favorite position for teaching a brand new baby how to breastfeed is the cross cradle hold. Whether it's a first baby for the mom, or if she's had multiple babies, this is still brand new learning for this baby. So in cross cradle hold, you have the most support and control to best latch your baby. So you're going to build up all of the pillows on your lap and bring your baby all the way up to breast height. Now I want you to remember that your baby is the moving piece, not your breast. It cannot come off your body like this. I've seen so many moms try to chase their baby with their breast, and that never works out in a good latch. So please bring your baby all the way up to breast height. If you need to start with them on their back and then roll onto the side so you can always remember that alignment, then always start with that to create that habit for you. If you can remember to go straight onto their side, that's awesome too. So then your opposite arm is going to go over their body and your elbow is at their bum and you just snug them right in. Your forearm will naturally land on their back. Your palm will go at their shoulders. You'll put a thumb at one ear and a middle finger at their other ear. So this gives you a supportive collar around the base of their neck. You're never going to slide up and cup and direct the top of their head. When you do that, not only does it tuck a baby's chin down, like when I was talking about it, holding a cup low on your chest, but also a baby has a reflex and a sense right here that if they feel pressure, then they're going to push their head back to protect their breathing. So keep your hand nice and low on their neck. Also, when you pull them in to your body, their chin will naturally lift up. So this is helping you with positioning. So elbow at the bum, forearm on the back, palm at the shoulders, thumb and middle finger at the ears. And then your closest hand to your breast is the one that helps with shaping. Now, please remember here as well, you're bringing your baby to your breast. So for supporting and shaping your breast, you're going to keep your shoulder nice and low and relaxed, your elbows low to scoop under your breast to create that hamburger shaping. Now, you know that your hand is always in the right position when your thumb is directly across from the baby's nose. So you make that sandwich shape, line your baby up so that their nose is to nipple level or nipple is just resting on their upper lip. Wait for that baby to open super wide, and then you push at their shoulders and hug them in tight to your body so that the chin lands first and you roll the nipple into the baby's mouth. Now, I said that is my favorite number one position that I teach for most moms. My number two favorite position for brand new babies is the football hold. And all of the same ideas apply. You're going to build up your pillows on your side, so you bring your baby all the way up to breast height. You can start with baby on their back and then pick up their hips and roll them toward your body so that they're in a good straight line. Now, that line that you're looking for is ear to shoulder to hip in a straight line, just like how we take a drink from a cup. Your elbow grabs their bum and pulls them in, forearm lands on their back, palm at their shoulders, thumb and middle finger at their ears. And then you have good positioning there. Now in this position, your opposite hand is going to support your breast. Now, if you are holding exactly like a C, sometimes that creates more of a taco shape for a baby. Now we all love tacos, but nobody takes a straight bite on. We all have to tip it. So then there's that reminder again, if your thumb is directly across from your baby's nose, that's how you know that you're making the right shape. And then it doesn't matter whether you're thinking taco or hamburger. So compress your breast, the angle of the baby's mouth, point up toward their nose. Wait for the baby to open super wide. And then with your hand on their shoulders, you're going to pull them in like a big hug, landing their chin first, and then rolling the nipple into the baby's mouth. When the baby is latched on correctly, your nipple should just feel pulling, tugging pressure, never pinchy painful. If your baby latches on and you feel that initial pinchy painful that just makes your whole body cringe, you can easily break the seal before taking off your baby. And please remember to do that. Never pull them straight off because your baby has such a strong suck that they may take your nipple with them, and that causes pain. So you can easily break the suction by putting your finger to the corner of their mouth and pulling toward their cheek. That breaks the suction just enough that you can take them off and retry as many times as it takes.